So everything is whole and complete. All there is what seems to be happening. And that's it, basically. So there's no one separate from that. There is no I. There is no one. That's what's meant. There is no separate awareness. There is no autonomous entity. There isn't someone. And all seeking only takes place within that illusion that there is someone. So all seeking for fulfillment, a deeper kind of fulfillment, that's part of this illusion to be someone. As it is an illusion, one can't really do something with it. Well, the illusion itself can't really do anything with itself, fulfill itself, make itself happy, make itself do anything or not do anything. And one can't talk to an illusion, one can't convince an illusion, one can't make the illusion learn something, exactly because it is an illusion. So there's no teaching. This is not a teaching. There are no other teachers. It's not special here. What happens just doesn't want to teach anyone. It doesn't want to give anything, or it doesn't give anything, and it doesn't really take away anything. Everything is just exactly what it is, including oneself, one's thoughts, one's feelings, one's behavior. All of that just is what seems to be happening. And in a very unexpected and unexpected and maybe weird. No, it's not weird, but unexpected is enough. In a very unexpected way, it's whole and complete. It's perfect. So life isn't like it's written in the books from the experts or from gurus or whatever. It's just this. Life is like this. This is what seems to be happening. And there is nothing else in that sense. There's nothing else than life apparently happening. Not for anyone. I don't mean an experience of being alive. That would belong to the dream. Well, the illusion of that is what seems to be happening, but it's never more than an illusion. So this is it. This is whole and complete. This is not a teaching. However, it points to freedom. It points to unconditional freedom in that sense. But it's not teaching it. That's the thing. It's already there. It can't be taught or learned. So, but it points to this. And the pointing isn't special. Also in this pointing, there is no deeper gaining, but that's never the case anyway. So whoever wants to say something about this or write something in the chat is very welcome to do so.
Eight 376 9692 and pledging your support or WNYC.
That's not a question. That was New Jersey Radio. Mhm. Okay, it seems that people which are speaking about this can bring me easier to nothingness. Well, all right. That's well. I have no idea what to say about that. I mean, of course, there is no one. So there are no people. There is no one closer or less close to nothingness and all that stuff. It's all nothing happening, really. So.
Yet there is an impersonal energy that resonates.
Yeah, one could say, I mean, yeah.
Yes, so that can start, words aren't good, but it can start a process. I know what that person means because hearing what you say seemed to bring something. It's apparently, right? That operates. Yeah.
Well, exactly. That's why, I mean, yeah, it's just really impossible or hard to talk about it, what seems to be happening in these meetings. But you're right. It's well, I think the important thing is that it's impersonal, and it's not that I carry an impersonal energy or something. But of course, in a way, apparently these meetings they are, well, it's just a common dynamic. It's a dynamic that seems to be going on between all of us. And of course, part of this dynamic is the pointing out of what we talk about here. And yes, apparently this has an effect. All of that is still impersonal, and all of that will not bring anyone anything. But oh yeah, of course. I mean, I sometimes say there is no one really who comes to these meetings who remains untouched, kind of. So yeah, oh, absolutely. And that's what seems to be happening. I think it's quite impossible to deny that. One can't really advertise for it because it's not personal. It's not a good that is delivered or something. But yeah, it's what seems to be happening. Yeah. It just has nothing to do with what the person believes it's about, because of course the person will instantly take it personally and say it's good for me or it helps me. It'll instantly turn it into its ideas of there being a goal and this being meaningful and this being meaningful for me on my path towards that goal. And all of that doesn't take place. However, it's as you said, apparently this does what it does. These meetings, it's not even this message that's at work or something. It's just this apparent shared dynamic that seems to be going on. Totally. And the other thing is that it's not made, and it can't be made. That's maybe another thing that the seeker would do. It would add value to it.
But it feels personal. It can feel personal. Despite it not being personal, feeling personal can apparently happen. It can feel like it's personally, it's doing something for me personally.
Totally, absolutely. Yeah, of course. I mean, I think that's what that's what the me would be doing.
Of course, why else would it show up in the beginning?
Exactly. Well, yeah. There's nothing wrong with them.
Quite pleasant.
Yeah. So here, at least here, I can only speak for myself. At least here, there is not the intention to bring this about. That's the thing. There's no one there consciously doing these meetings in order to bring about this, in the end, illusion, not illusory, but not only real effect. It's not for no reason. All of it is for no reason. So there's no mission really. Okay, question in the chat. Me or no me? I have no idea. At least I have come across this message in this lifetime. It gives me tremendous joy beyond any experience that I've ever had. Thank you for sharing this message. Yeah. Yes. Cool. Yeah. And the comment, life has no meaning or mission. Yes. It's what apparently happens. Exactly. I mean, the only mission is to gain fulfillment or to become fulfilled.
And that can be a very tedious mission to make.
Yeah, tedious. Sorry. Help me.
Tiring, very tiring, very.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, totally.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. It's constant work actually. And most people don't notice it even.
Well,
Yeah,
well, here in the States, we're the most medicated people in the world. So obviously the American dream can be quite tedious and very hard to accomplish because it's a 24/7 event.
Yeah, well, but you know how to keep it going, obviously.
I said to a friend of mine who is a millionaire, I said to him, well, but how much money is enough? And he said, in all honesty, oh, there's never enough. I mean,
Yeah.
there has to be more. There has to be. Nah, that's way too. Nah.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, it's funny. I think most people don't even notice how exhausting it is. I think well, of course, I only know the people who've met this message, kind of, but my impression is that it might become only obvious in some kind of glimpse or having met this message when there's just no effort for a while. Because it has nothing to do with this artificial states of rest that people can gain in, I don't know, in meditation and all kind of practices. I mean, they are still all connected to some kind of effort, at least the effort of noticing them and identifying them and enjoying them. So again, the effortlessness that we talk about has nothing to do with the me having good moments. And I don't want to make it sound special or something. It's not an effortless that's beyond or that's unknown in that sense. But yeah, there is no one. There's really no one doing anything. And as I said, this has nothing to do with those few moments of rest that the person knows, rest from seeking or something, have an experience of rest. And the funny thing is, I think while I talk like that, as I said, for the person, it almost sounds as if it's something beyond, as if it's another, even greater effortlessness that it can experience, or a greater freedom that it can experience and hasn't experienced yet. And it's not greater, it's not beyond. It already is effortless, everything, and everything already is free, and everything already is whole and complete.
And yet unknowable.
Yeah, not to be experienced, exactly. That's part of the effortlessness. Oh, really? Yeah, totally. It's incomprehensible. That's really incomprehensible for the person, how it can be like that, just for no one. All those so-called nice things. Free and effortless and all that.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. On the other hand, it comes as a bit of a shock to realise that it really isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
It really isn't going anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's, yes.
It's a bit of a shock in the sense that it was a hidden assumption that it was.
Exactly.
And yeah, I mean, there are little sort of triumphs like making a meal or going on holiday or something, but you know, it doesn't amount to anything. It doesn't.
It's so ingrained in the system. It's not a just a concept or an idea that there will be something at the end or that it's going somewhere. It just really feels like that. As it's really a hidden assumption. The person doesn't really know how deep this actually goes. This assumption.
No, and there is a sort of a feeling of emptiness about that. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very undescribable and weird feeling a bit. Because I think, well, emptiness is good. Now I hope I use the word in the right way, because this idea that it's going somewhere gives a content.
Yes.
Yeah. And if that's not there, suddenly there's this, for the person, unpleasant emptiness about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say something else, but I've forgotten now. So maybe later.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, no, it was about intention.
Mm-hmm.
And that I don't know what I was going to say about intention, but
Yeah,
it can only be going somewhere if there is an intention, because that is a goal. And so when you say you have no intention, I kind of understand that, really.
Yes.
Because if it's not going anywhere, intention is useless.
Exactly, it goes together. Exactly, intention and it going somewhere, it having a direction. That's all the same. They're all connected.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And of course, usually the intention is me being there and experiencing something nice, or where it's going towards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks. And I know I think for a while it can be quite an interesting idea even, and people find it very funny that it's not going somewhere until it kind of really sinks in. What is actually, that it's really not going somewhere. And that it's never part of a path, whatever happens. Also having met this message and coming to these meetings, and it just isn't going anywhere. Just isn't. Intention is from a person. Yeah, the intention to create fulfillment by creating whatever, by building a house, by whatever is supposed to happen in the future, so to speak. That would be the only intention that the person lives in. And of course, when we say it's not going anywhere, that's also the only thing the person dreams about. It'll move towards a better experience or a greater experience. And that's just not the case. There will never be a moment which will be really more fulfilled than this. It doesn't matter what kind of feeling happens right now, what kind of thought happens right now. It can feel horrible, it can feel gorgeous, but it'll never be more fulfilled. It's just a hope, just this ingrained hope, this hidden assumption. And apparently one could say it just is like that. And it's not necessarily good or bad. It's not good that it's not going anywhere. It just doesn't go anywhere. And of course, surprisingly, there's nothing missing in this. But it's not right that it is like, it just is, yeah, well, it just is like that.
I think maybe these meetings shine a light on that. They just bring it out into the open. They just
Exactly, absolutely.
bear.
Yes, that's part of this dynamic.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. And there is some kind of freedom in that, but
Yeah.
it's actually really not more than this, shining a light on it, on what's already the case, so to speak.
Yeah.
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 Totally. Hi, hello.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, very good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, what is apparently talked about now, it's kind of hitting me. I can see from my latest traveling. I was in Lincoln with Tony, and also way back with you in Lentas. This subtle intention of traveling, subtle intention of hope, of something kind of being fulfilled, all the travel worthwhile, going there, and you. There is a list, a little hidden list of I want to have, maybe this would be nice, this also could be nice, and then and then you kind of summarize on your way back.
Yeah.
How did it go? No, and then was my kind of subtle intentions, no, or my mission. How was my mission now? Yeah, how was it successful, or did I succeed, or did I fail? It's all these very subtle things, no, and I can see, yeah, disappointment was there, no, because I could, yeah, it was like, wow, yeah, no, I didn't meet my expectations of the mission, of the long travel, no, to Lincoln or to Lentas, and yeah, I don't know how to put it, but it's yeah. Well, I feel also I didn't share it, but in Lentas, no, share sitting there with beautiful people and sharing with and listening to Tony, and we are it's like a chessmate situation. My mind or my system wants to find a way to move. I'm already checkmate.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Move in my way, no, so to speak.
You already came checkmate, but yeah,
I already arrived checkmate. Exactly.
Yeah.
So and in this, well, there is a frustration. There is, yeah. Absolutely,
Absolutely.
yeah, and I don't know what to do with it, but but still listening to this, talking to you is now happening, And yeah, I don't know. Well, just wanted to share. So
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. The thing is, I mean, it's so easy in this, well, when we talk about like this, or maybe when I speak, to think there's something wrong with it. And of course there's nothing wrong with it, but of course this seeking and this expectation, it just carries a pain. It's just this dance between hope and frustration. That's how it is. And as you said, there is no answer to it, really. There is no possibility to make it go away. But that's just how it is. There's just a pain in that, in hoping and not receiving or not getting. And of course, the seeker is checkmate. It doesn't go anywhere. It never left itself. It never learned anything. It never progressed on its path. It just never happened. So the impression that you already arrived checkmate or were checkmate right from the start, yeah. 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 And there's no conclusion from this either. Like, okay, this means I shouldn't do this, or I should do this, or I should never come to Lentas, or I should come more often, or whatever. It'll just happen by itself anyway. But
yeah, I can see that also can be one of the intention of the finding a final conclusion, or yeah, like part of my lists.
exactly. And now you want to stop this from happening or escape from this, and of course there is a longing for this to end, for the whole seeking to end, but it's not personal. It's not someone who can escape from it. And what the person dreams about is not the end of it. It dreams about escaping from it. But there is no, as you said, you didn't have a question even. There was just kind of sharing it. But what to do with it? Nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Andreas.
Hello.
Hello. Nice to see you this morning.
Nice to see you.
I don't know what to say, but I guess I have a little story, whatever. On Monday, everything you talk about was just happening. I mean, everything's just happening. Nobody's doing anything. I mean, everything's just happening like freely. Like it's not even like anything is happening on its own. It's just freely happening, whatever.
Whatever.
And yeah. So that's Monday, and it's like, okay, cool. And I couldn't say, if there was somebody or there wasn't somebody or whatever. It was just happening like that. And then Tuesday morning, waking up and feeling like, oh no, it's like, oh, I have to be self-determined again. It's like, not that I'm back. It's not even like the pain of being me, but just having to like make decisions again. It's like, oh no, I've got to make decisions. It's so funny.
Yeah, that's not funny.
Not funny at all, but it's funny.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a question. I just wanted to say good morning.
Yeah,
So,
good morning. Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. Oh, damn. I have to make decisions again. Yeah.
Hi, Andreas.
Hello.
Like a while back, you said all experiences are unfulfilling.
Yes.
It was in a Zoom meeting, and I just thought that's absolute nonsense, because at that point I was thinking, well, experiences have given me, all the good experiences have given me so much.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And now I'm realizing you were right, because well, I was thinking last night, if any experience ever fulfilled, you wouldn't need to recreate it again
Absolutely.
and again.
Exactly. Yeah. One could say so. Yeah. If it was so good, why is there still seeking happening? Of course, the person would say because it wasn't enough for the seeking to stop. I gained a lot, it just wasn't enough yet. But yeah, so many great experiences, so many insights, so many things that have been understood seemingly. It was all there. So many moments seemed to be perfect. And so often in life, it felt as if it couldn't be better and stuff like that. And apparently, life just went on happening very ordinarily. Yep.
But the thing is, me really has the impression it's holding on to that thing that it experienced that was good. Whereas
Yeah, of course.
there's just nothing that's held on to at all ever. It's that impression of me holding on to a life and certain experiences that I regard as useful and helpful. There's nothing to hold on to. There's nothing substantial, tangible to get hold of and carry with you through life.
Exactly. Yeah. Neither outside nor oneself. One can't also hold on to oneself.
But at the same time, it's a little bit of despair coming up about the fact that all those apparent experiences that I think I experienced amount to nothing.
Were empty. Actually, it's the same shock that we talked about. Not only that nothing will be coming, it's not going anywhere, but also everything that has happened was nothing.
Yeah, nothing has been had or gained.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just
Yeah, it's the same shock actually. It's very irritating that it was actually all nothing and there was no gaining from these things at all. Not that it just wasn't enough, there just wasn't anything gained. It was whole and complete and total, and in that sense beautiful while it happened, but there was nothing that one can own from that or carry on from the past.
Well, the thing is, I know if I say you're not there, you'll say I'm not there, but there's no experience there of being anyone. Nothing's being carried along, but you don't know that, do you?
No, I don't know that. No.
There's just nothing there.
It just is like that. I mean, it's like that for everyone.
Yeah, but as long as there seems to be something here, it seems something's being carried along.
Of course, there seems to be this impression or this illusion running, yeah.
And then
No, my past didn't give me anything.
Your past didn't give you anything.
Yeah. Well, yours also didn't give me anything either.
Thank you.
Thank you. There's nothing here that kind of successfully collected insights or wisdom or happiness or fulfillment or knowledge about how to live or something like that, or knowledge to make oneself fulfilled. Of course, apparently the body learns certain things, so but that's
It's almost like, in my experience, I feel like in some ways I have to hold on to the memory of the good experiences to remind myself good things are coming, and that's probably what it is.
Oh yeah, of course.
That there'll be more of those good feelings and experiences.
Yeah,
because I know how much happened in the past, and so hopefully there'll be more to gain later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But anything I ask you about this, it's still coming from the sense that there's someone there, and so that whole picture collapses. Do you know what I mean? Because I was going to say, I know a lot of your stories that you've told me, and they seem pretty adventurous, but you're not living in that narrative of what a great life you've had, so that you
Oh,
can
no.
make so that
No,
you can
not
make
at
it through
all.
the day and have a motivation to go on.
Yeah, exactly. Not at all. No, there was no
Yeah.
no great life. There was no life. I didn't have a great life. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there isn't the impression, oh, there's so much more to discover or experience, or the world offers so much more. I already had so much, but there's much more. Oh, no, no,
Mm.
no. That's not what carries me through the day, so to speak.
I know this is an awful question to ask because it's so relating to you as a person, but what carries you through the day then?
Yeah. Nothing carries me through the day. There is no me. There's really, it happens by itself.
There's
Life
just a
happening by itself. And so far, I couldn't stop it from happening either.
there's just apparently doing happening,
Yeah.
and it takes no direction.
No. Oh, yes, there's no
Or
direction.
could you say there's an apparent direction? Well, there isn't even an apparent direction, is there really?
Yeah, what would that be? I mean,
Well, I would say your apparent direction is your schedule on your website, and
yeah, that's
but
an
that's
orientation.
but that's also unknowable if that will go as planned.
Yeah, of course. Of course not.
Yeah, so you can't count on anything to. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, there's just no one there living in this narrative of a direction and what life is about. And it just apparently unfolds by itself, or that's just what seems to be happening. But it's not someone not having a direction. That feels very lost. That's a very lost position, to be someone who has no idea what to do, or facing this multitude of possibilities and, oh, I don't know, and one day doing this and 5 minutes later doing that. In a way, it is like that, but for the person, this would feel like a very lost state or lost position to be in. So there's also no one who's lost in that sense. So in that sense, life is quite simple. I mean, not for anyone, but it's very simple. It's not complicated. In a way, that's the only way the person can comprehend its life and seeking. There must be more to experience, more that I can become aware of. And of course, that's what it seeks for. Also, when it talks about losing the I or becoming no me, it also feels like an add-on for the person. On top of everything that I've achieved, I should now achieve not being someone or losing the me, as if this is even more to experience, another thing that I should learn or should become aware of, that there is no one, that everything is effortless, that everything is free, that I don't need to do anything in all those things.
In a way, I feel a bit defeated after talking to you, because I woke up this morning and the sense was kind of like, I need to work my life out.
No.
And now you didn't say it in words, but what's hit me is there's nothing to work out. And that is not what I wanted. Something that I could work out.
Yeah,
And
something
like,
to work on and something to work out. Yeah.
you know, this term, like, I think you've maybe used it a few times, but I think Tony uses it more about singular immediacy, or there is a singular immediacy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like being struck by that, and well, there's nowhere to go from there, is there?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. There's nowhere to go. There's also nowhere to be. This beingness that's stuck in the moment, so to speak, that's illusory. That would be the checkmate feeling. Defeated, well, the person's never really defeated. It just feels like that for a few moments until it starts seeking again. But
Well, even in the feeling defeated, I'm seeking because I'm trying to get the movement going again.
yeah, exactly. It's
Right.
another experience. So yeah, that's what I mean. It's never really defeated. It's just, oh, I'm defeated.
What did I miss?
Didn't know.
Joking.
Yeah. Didn't notice you were gone, Jack.
I didn't either.
Yeah. What did happen? An unplanned nap, or?
Andreas, when we were chatting in one of the breaks in France, I was saying to you that I'd been really touched by what someone else had shared, and they had said that it was hitting them that it really is final and that there's really no coming back.
Yeah.
And I think that's the sense I've had since they said that 2 weeks ago, that it's like skating on such thin ice, the person,
Yeah.
because any second that ice could break and then it's game over.
Yeah. It's a very,
And
very fragile illusion
very fragile.
in a way.
And there just wouldn't be any coming back. It would just be, and not only it would be over, but it would be over without a trace of itself
Yeah,
ever
exactly. It
been.
just wouldn't
Yeah.
be gloriously be over and something like that. No, it would just be over without a trace, without ever happened. Yeah.
Without a trace of that whole life ever having been lived.
Yeah. Yes.
There would just be nothing for no one.
Yeah.
That's how thin it's, like you said, fragile is a good word. It's so fragile at any second.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
all the person can do, not that it can do it, but it's what function comes out of the person is to try and be there and
Absolutely.
game and all the rest of it. But ultimately, all that illusion is doing is trying to stay present.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. With best intentions. There's nothing wrong about that, really. To just not let the ice break. That's seeking.
Sometimes I genuinely feel like, I know it might sound dramatic, but I genuinely feel like calling everyone that I've loved, family and stuff, and saying, I don't know if I'm going to see you again, so bye. It's been lovely. But then I think, well, I won't say that because they'll worry about me. I think I'm going to do something silly they won't get what it's about. But what I mean is, it really feels like it could be the last time I see people.
Yeah. It's funny how this can bring out love suddenly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in that meeting, when that person said that thing about it could be final, there'd be no coming back. After in the break, when you lot all went off to have a walk and that, I was sitting with Benoit and his girlfriend, and I just didn't want to go back to my hotel for a nap. And I said to them, "This could be the last time I see you, and I don't want to say goodbye to you."
Oh, it's funny how suddenly so much love for all of this can arise, apparently. Just
When
in
you
the
realize
face
you
of
may
death.
never see, when you realize you may never see it again.
Yeah.
They just said to me,
Suddenly what was so, well, what was the attempt to escape from becomes suddenly quite attractive.
Yeah. I said to them, I don't want to go back for a nap because I'm afraid I'll never see you again. And they just said, would you like a salad?
Okay, last question. There's a question in the chat. Would you say that awareness, noticing, and attention are basically the same thing? A basic function of the human body that somehow creates the illusion of someone? Well, I wouldn't go with the last part. But the first part, to me, that's all the same. The illusion to be aware is the illusion of noticing. I notice this and that as something that seems to be really going on, and I'm living in attention. Of course, that's the same dynamic, so to speak. And yeah, one could say apparently those things just are what seems to be happening. oh, it's 2 p.m. So there was a body apparently noticing that it's 2 p.m. But all of that is just incomprehensible and undivided and unknown, what seems to be happening. And it's completely impersonal. That's all. So apparently there are these functions which don't mean anything, which don't carry any truth, and which aren't real. Yeah, of course, absolutely. All right. So that's it. All there is this, what seems to be happening. All there is this empty appearance, and that's all there is. There isn't anything else. And there's no possibility to escape from that. But there's also no possibility to indulge in that and all of those things. It's perfect. That's just what seems to be happening. That's the natural reality for no one. And it's this. In that sense, I heard what's longed for is already happening. In that sense, this is it. Thanks a lot for joining, and I wish you a lovely time. Nice to see you. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Bye.
Andreas.
Thank you. Have a good time. Bye. Thank you.